Hello, fellow Crypthusiasts and crypto bull follower peoples here. Once again, the entry from Gracious Interests with by now the fourth episode of the Crypto Bull series. Today, the main project we are going to analyze will be the graph. Like previous episodes, this project has been chosen by you, the viewers. I received it through a DM on Twitter. People saying, "Yeah, well, can you analyze the graph?" So here it is. So how does this work? Well, as per usual, I'm going to start sharing my screen here. Screen share. Yep. As per usual, I will be making use of my own course, the Crypto Bull, how to maximize your profit regardless of the market. It is a course dedicated towards trading cryptocurrency and how to get the best profits. Naturally, in it have I dedicated a few pages concerning how to recognize good projects and what to watch out for. Why? Well, recognizing a good project is the very first step of making decent profits. Anyway, so to introduce, so this is my actual draft of CryptoBull as it is, the book itself, and we're going to jump towards where to invest, which is the dedicated page in order to recognize good projects. What do we mention here? Well, the golden rules, which are we are going to look up the historical value of the graph, and the graph preferably should look a bit like the one posited here on screen, so an upward trend. Then we are going to take a look at the various social communities and dedicated websites of the project itself, the newsrooms, hashtags concerning the cryptocurrency. Why? Well, because a healthy project or a healthy cryptocurrency to invest in has an active community, at least daily, weekly, or even monthly updated news articles, trending hashtags on a monthly or bi-monthly basis, more than 10,000 hashtags related to cryptocurrency. Though I have to admit, this one isn't really a rule, but more of an indication. With 10,000, I mean how many times the hashtag has been used, at least, and naturally, modern, up-to-date website. Now, without further ado, we're going to jump right in. I'm going to use CoinGecko as my main source where all information is going to be assembled. Why? CoinGecko, like a website like CoinMarketCap, will lets you verify and research coins which are listed. You get immediate, well, an overview of the various communities, websites dedicated in one place. So it's going to be, well, a website which interlinks with the others. So researched the graph, GRT. Sorry for the people here looking through Twitter and my tweets. It came to me quite recently that there are actually two projects with the name Graph. You have the Graph, the one which we are doing today, and we have Graph, if I'm not mistaken, is another project still in its infant shoes and still in development. So today we are doing GRT, the Graph. So what do we learn here? Well, we see its actual value, $1.93, with a 24-hour increase of 25%. Not bad. What else do we see here? We have websites, two times dedicated website. We're going to get back later on that one. Might be the case they made an error here. Explorers Etherscan Explorer implies it's probably going to be a token making use of the Ethereum blockchain. There's a contract with MetaMask. We've got an indication of the communities being Reddit, Twitter, Telegram, Discord. Source code available on GitHub, and as expected from what I could deduce from the explorers, concerns a token. What else do we learn here from the hashtags? That it offers business services, something to do with infrastructure, analytics, and probably related to decentralized finance. So, referring to the crypto bull, we're going to look up its historical value. What do we see here? Changes over the last couple of days, 1 hour, 24 hours, 7 days, 14 days, 30 days. I'm more interested in this graph. Momentarily, it's changed over 24 hours, it's bullish, but naturally, I am much more interested in its historical value and rise. And what do I see here? It started quite low at a price, don't know if you guys can see it, of about 13-ish dollar cents. Had a peak, went down, and actually over time there is a slow increase in value, with a sudden explosion starting somewhere Wednesday, 10th of February, where its value started to explode. Now, what else do I see is that it's a quite recent project. CoinGecko indicates me here it started somewhere December 2020, so only last year, about 3-4 months ago. Going to take a closer look. 1 year remains the same, 180 days, 90 days, 30 days should be more interesting. See here, a little bearish, but that was like yesterday when the market was bleeding, so it followed the trend naturally. Yeah, in the last 14 days it seems to be stable. Last 7 days, yeah, looks bearish, but if you take a better look at graph itself, it is still increasing. So when it concerns its value for investment, looks okay to me. Steady increase in value with a sudden explosion quite recently. Now, only basing yourself on the historical value of a project isn't always a very good choice to invest in. By reason, well, everything can suddenly turn sour. I've seen enough projects, which I didn't do a live stream on, which had sudden increase short term at the initial startup in the very first, going to say, year that they were incepted, and suddenly crashed down later on by reason that there was no community support and that they were actually, like I like to call it, riding the wave of Bitcoin and the entire crypto market. And that after the bull run, mostly talking about the bull run 2017 2018, well, the true value came to light and it crashed down. Now, at this point in time, I dare say, yeah, okay, it might be worth investing in, but actually, I'm only going to draw conclusions at the end of the live stream. Anyway, we're going to look a little bit further. Exchanges available: Toro, Crypto.com, Coinbase, Binance, Huobi, OKEx, Binance. Price spread, yeah. Generally, everything indicated here is less interesting to me. For some traders, it might be interesting to see what price is listed on which exchange. By reason, if you're planning to buy in a lot of it, that you can actually buy in at a very good price. Well, anyway, what interests me the most is the presence on which exchanges, and what I see, they are available on the most popular exchanges, the most trusted ones, I'm going to say, like Coinbase, Binance, Huobi. So yeah, that's a good indication. Going to take a quick look about the small recap that CoinGecko gave us. So 24 hour, that we know. And technical analysis for GTR might be interesting at this point in time, but not going to pay too much of an attention. By reason, I like to watch long term. So what is Graph? Is an indexing protocol and global API for organizing blockchain data and making it accessible with GraphQL. You use Graph Explorer to search, find, and publish all the public data they need to build decentralized applications. Makes it possible to build serverless decentralized applications that run entirely on public infrastructure. So, from what I can deduce here, is that the graph, to put it in plain English terms, is something akin to Ethereum, mainly being a decentralized platform to build decentralized applications, which in itself is quite worthwhile, which means it's a contender against Ethereum at this point in time, from what I could deduce here. Okay, find and publish public data. I need to build decentralized applications. Oh, yeah, okay, so it has two functions. My apologies, not only for to build serverless decentralized applications, but also to, well, like they say here, search, find, and publish data whereby information is drawn from a variety of blockchains. So, for the founders of Graph is by Niftal, project leads. It's always good that founders are being mentioned by name. Now, like I mentioned in a previous episode of the Crypto Bull, I'm not very good with retaining names. By reason, well, the names itself can be a good indication of who the developers are, and if they have a certain amount of, well, how to say it, renown, it might be a good indication. But to me, I've got to be honest, the names don't tell me that much. But can always be worthwhile to investigate to what other things they have developed or associated with. I'll leave it at that. I'm not going to research their names by reason it's going to be a bit too far in the analysis. I prefer to focus myself on the project itself. I see here who are the investors of Graph, private token sale by Coinbase Ventures. So this is some additional information, not always that important, but sometimes it can reveal some hidden gems. Like here, Coinbase Ventures, which implies it's going to be heavily involved with Coinbase, Digital Currency Group, and more, Citron. So, next point, I'm more interested in this. How does the graph work? By reason, questions as these tend to answer, well, its user case, or what can it be used, and generally that's a good indication of mentioning what its well, surplus value is. So with that I mean future-wise, why it should be an interesting project. Anyway, so developers can define subgraph, which specifies how to consumed. Up and decentralized application developers can create a graph network using the subgraph schema of GraphQL and operate in a graph token. Okay, like there's nodes. Also, there can be many subgraphs out there. Creators of like to find the subgraphs that are most useful to developers. Okay. So, basically, don't know if I can. Yeah, it seems here to be related towards the Web 3.0. So it's going to be a bit akin to one of the previous, one of the previous projects. I believe I did Polkadot once. It seems to be one of those platforms which will occupy itself for developing decentralized applications for a decentralized web, so Web 3.0. So who is using it? How to make Ethereum data through the graph, which includes data for Uniswap balancer, curve. Okay, so these coins, Uniswap balancer, curve, WVE, the very first coin that I analyzed here on CryptoBull, Molokdao, and Compound are related towards the graph. So what is GRT token? Yeah, it's going to be some sort of governance token. Anyway, let's take a quick look. Next point. So we looked up its historical value. Now we're going to take a look at the community and dedicated websites. So I see here two websites. I'm going to open them up. And I see immediately those concern two different websites, or at least two different links. This is the main website, loaded quite fast, looks neat, tight. Here's DeFi projects, Google GraphQL API. It's a bit a shame that it immediately is quite technical. By reason for, well, the average investor, I'm going to say, putting things in plain English, in plain understandable English, can clear up what the ultimate goal and roadmap for the project can be. It tends to make the project more attractive for future investors, for investors like myself. Now, I have some technical background, but immediately starting to throw with, well, terms not everyone understands isn't very, well, to say, keeping things clear. So yeah, that's a little minor point, but oh, cool. Yeah, sorry. Just noticed here the interface can be played. I'm going to quick here. Oh, nice, nice. So, during the live stream, what I just discovered here, this isn't but an image. These are the actual user cases of the graph project. For example, since we did WVE here, I'm going to click on it, new tab, and I get immediately redirected towards the protocol itself and how it's being built, the open source one. Here's the reserve landing pool to address provider. Cool. So yeah, this gives me automated encoding process on how it's being integrated. Okay, that's actually quite nice. Well, before I started this live stream, I had a little talk with Jacob, which I did a live stream with him and Abu American in our Blockchain Bros live stream. And he said, yeah, well, that he actually fell in love with the encoding of the project. And I have to say, okay, I made remarks. It isn't a very good move to be immediately technical here when it concerns the layout of the website because it might scare off some future investors. I have to say I am actually quite impressed with, well, the being so open about the coding. It's something quite a few projects dare not to do. I'm going to use Uniswap here, and yeah, okay, that's awesome. In any case, this shows a certain amount of transparency which makes it quite trustworthy. The only thing I need to do, which I'm not going to do during this live stream, is get in slightly deeper on the technical details. But yeah, that's actually quite cool. Custom service, so yeah, is a new stack for radically. So verifiable integrity. So that's the image which wasn't as clear earlier on. Then blockchain storage network, public data encrypted, indexing consumers. So they do implement, well, they do talk a little bit in more plain English terms. I'm going to take a quick peek here. Sorry, up. They do explain in plain English what they are about. Shared neutral foundation. So I might say, planet reading, model crypto economic protocols, path to Web3. From what I can gather here on the website, they are mostly about the inception of Web 3.0. Have more or less the same goal like Polkadot here. But I've got to say, yeah, these ones look nice. I'm not going to compare one to the other. It's a bit too early in the live stream here. So I'm going to close this one. And this is actually the second site, which is actually still the same one, but just mentioned twice on the graph because I clicked on both here. So they gave a separate link for their blog, which is always a good sign. And like mentioned in the Crypto Bull, I want to see regular news updates, regular articles. I'm not going to read them all in detail, even though it can be interesting to do so for investors. But at this point in time, I'm merely going to look at the dates, and I see here February 16th, 18th, 5th of February, 28th. So from what I can tell, on an almost weekly, bi-weekly basis, it's being updated, which implies developers are occupied with the project, that there probably is an active community behind it. So yeah, those are very good signs of a viable project. Yeah, I'm going to quickly scroll down a little bit to see for certain news. Talk about DeFi, raises 5 million. So yeah, those are good articles to mention. There are active supporters here. Well, it's a quick read, but you gather little bits of information here, which might be important to make up your mind. So, like I said, raises 5 million from strategic supporters to decentralize the core layer of DeFi on Web3. So, implies here with community, there's probably an active community behind it, which we will look into further on. Graph NF at Denver, so hackathons, I'm assuming, yeah, because I saw tab hackathons upward, Web3, subgraph. Okay, so yeah, they are quite active, it seems, and from what I can tell just by the news articles, there seems to be a good active community behind it. Now, I'm going to let this site open by reason there are seemingly... Yeah, no, okay, I can close it. No, I thought here on the website, because I was watching the pictures here, that there were more indications of community pages, but those are simple referrals from what I could tell were also mentioned here. Okay, so I'm going to continue. So we had dedicated websites, newsrooms, hashtags, which were quite good. Historical value also looked very nice. Active community. Now, where are they present? Reddit, Twitter, Telegram, Discord. I'm going to open all of them. The graph, Reddit. As with the blog articles, quick scroll. If you have more time and want to do your own technical analysis, naturally, I'm going to say scroll a bit down in the various topics and try to focus on those which concern updates or indicate possible problems. By reason, those are the most interesting ones to see if there are hidden things with the project during development, and or to see how active developers are. Now, what I can see, welcome to the official subreddit, blah blah. Next inquiring to Polkadot. So this seems to be quite recent, 13 hours ago, 16 hours ago. So yeah, from what I can tell, compatible with Binance Smart Chain blockchain, budget more graph towards staking. So that's a fun post, I'm going to say. Gonna find a graph of query volumes over time. You have to pay Ethereum fees. So there seems to be, well, quite active Reddit, and I failed to see any problems at all, which implies it probably is quite some solid code going on. Some solid coding, and well, something what I like to see, a lot of community posts supporting the project itself. If the community is heavily into support and, well, making memes and jokes like, or asking for opinions like this post, for example, it's a quite good indication. They tend to go quite technical, certain questions. So yeah, Reddit community seems like a good place to start if you are eager to jump into the communities before investing into the graph, scrolling through it. Next up, Twitter. On Twitter, quite important to see who is making the tweets, who is doing the referrals. Pin tweet, so this is the graph itself, at graph protocol, possible with APIs, indexing protocol, on the Ethereum blockchain. Have 67,000 followers, which implies quite a lot of people. Now, let's just hope those aren't bot ones, which I have seen with other projects. From what I can tell, I see here an immediate retweet from probably someone in the community or someone supporting the graph themselves. That's something I don't care about. Community. Oh, I like this. Community, graph itself, see this program. That's also probably community. Crypthusiast, individual, that's community themselves, probably related. Cron. Yeah, so I see a healthy balance of community and, well, the account itself. which to me is the very first indication, especially when taking a quick peek at the contents of the posts about articles, live streams, podcasts, wherein they are mentioned. It implies community is quite active. It's a healthy project, despite its quite recent, from what I could deduce here on Maxbase, was something which was initiated somewhere December last year. So yeah, it's actually quite interesting to know. Close that one. Telegram channel. Actually, too bad I can censor this one, but anyway, this is their official page. Yeah, I know I need to update it. Some jokes. Can I stay graph? Quick reminder. DeFi web. Yeah, I'm going to do a quick scroll here. So there's an active community around Telegram. 24th. We are the 24th. Very active even. Quite recently. Going to close it to initiate a little bit of privacy of the users. Telegram channel, as all else, quite active. Very good sign. There's a Discord channel. I'm going to open it up. Let's hope we don't. Yeah, no updates. Nice. Sorry for last time, but it took a few minutes. It's in Dutch. I'm Dutchy here. API Finance. There's announcements. 11th of August. So yeah, project. Yeah. Okay. No, sorry. That's one from the last time. I'm going to leave that one. My apologies. We're here. What do I immediately see? Well, actually, for good comparison with the other API finance, for example, what I immediately see here is welcome. I see a shit ton of users being introduced to the website. I see rules. Naturally, abide by them. Be a nice guy. Announcements. 22nd to 26th of February. So there's a crowdcast for those interested in the project. There it is. Some free publicity, network status, indexer. So they are quite open about their project, and I love seeing this. So yeah, resource report scammers. So they've got a fair bit of scammers going around, which implies there's some good. Well, this is actually a very good project by reason that people try to imitate it. Questions, support, subgraph development, indexer software, the protocol, the hosted services. So through Discord, you can reach out to other users of the graph. This is in line with the transparency of their coding. So if there are troubles, you can actually join up their Discord channel. Nice, nice. Testnets, those are the discussions for protocols. So active community interaction, which is nice. Delegators, curators. Well, why do I find this nice? Well, by reason it's a project which takes into account the various users. So yeah, I like this. I like this a lot. Hackathons, find a team. So, well, especially because it has been mentioned before, the well, the imposition. I wanted to say no. The presence of hackathons and seeing it back here on their Discord channel, well, it implies they are quite serious about their coding and about the toughness of their project. So it implies they want it to be tested and they want to make it clear that they are, well, quite good. Research, engineering, GitHub. So yeah, they are quite open. I'm going to close it once again. There we go. So I have to say, when it concerns community, very active community. They are quite open and actually almost invite people. Well, they invite people concerning the hackathons that are being organized to test their code and their project. which gives it a tremendous amount of credibility and a tremendous amount of credits from my part. So yeah, that's actually quite nice. Yeah, source code. I'm going to take a quick look at GitHub contracts, pinned repositories. My apologies. So we got here. Okay, balloon contracts, graph, etc. So code is available on GitHub. Packages, project. Oh, so they have. If you want to develop also contracts for use on the graph protocol. So yeah, I'm going to pay too much attention here. So yeah, that was actually quite nice. Up until now, I've got to say, doing this analysis of this project, I'm getting hot, like they say, for it. So this a worthwhile investment, probably, especially about their openness. The only downside thus far that I can imagine, well, has to do with being immediately highly technical, which might scare off, well, the less technical inclined. Me myself, I probably can make sense of it and do a separate live stream, which I'm not going to do, explaining its functions and uses. But for that, I need to prepare much more and look up variety of terms, etc. Now, what I did notice, and this is actually going to be the first in the Crypto Bull series, is that I did not see a white paper or a light paper somewhere. White paper is somewhere where everything is being, well, explained on what they do, how they do it, and how the protocols, etc., are being established. With all previous projects, I had one, but seemingly not here. However, in this case, it won't be as bad by reason they are quite open about it. And from what I can tell, if you simply click docs, seems to be some kind of light paper by reason. Well, they give an explanation here. So yeah, what a graph is, how the graph works. So okay, yeah, if you click on docs, that's the kind of white paper. It isn't mentioned as such, but good thing that I checked back up before I made the fatal mistake of saying they didn't have one. They have one. It's simply called docs or documentation. Click on it, and they actually explain in simple terms how they work. So there's a graph node, store, mapping, etc. Yeah, I'm not going to read through all of it. By reason I want to keep these live streams as short as possible and keep it interesting for all you guys. But yeah, there's some explanation. Just hit up the docs and you've got the white paper. So I was almost going to make a mistake there. In any case, what remains are the hashtags. Now I know we went through the different communities and their activity, which implies that probably when it concerns the hashtags being used and their influencers, which can always be interesting before investing in this project to see who the investors are or the influencers are. My apologies. By reason they tend to have a better grasp of the project than the average, well, user using a simple hashtag. So we're going to do the research graph. Here it is. So yeah, not going to pay too much attention here. Feeds, aha. So we see it frequently being mentioned with Polkadot, Graph, Zillow, blockchain. Who are these? I see different people, Crypthusiast, Transferiario, engagement. These 6 sources. I'm going to take a quick peek. Twitter, Reddit, so oh, they've got a YouTube channel. Didn't see that one. Oh. Yeah, going to try to look into it later on, but I see a variety of different influencers users, which is nice. Nice. Take a quick view here. I'm going to take a quick peek at the shot. Nope. Doing weird things here. Sorry. Don't follow. 60 followers, 3 followers. Yeah, okay. So aren't really influencers, but most influential, follower rank, post rank. Take a quick peek. Yeah, okay. There's quite a popular one. Alex Ferrario. Yeah, we're just looking at the engagement rates. From what I can tell, quite decent here. And it seems that the average user community is more of the technically inclined, which should have been obvious when passing through the different communities and posts here. But yeah, some of them are traders like this guy here. So yeah, it's actually quite nice. So when it concerns trending hashtags, it seems this one is actually quite good. So going to wrap up this live stream. There we go. So what can I conclude when it concerns the graph of the project? It is liaison, so connected towards decentralized finance, which is awesome. It is also something akin to Polkadot, which is one of my favorite projects. So it implies it is being connected towards the bringing about of Web 3.0. Web 3.0 being the decentralization of the internet. It is a move which has been going on for a few years already, mostly through Facebook and Google, but never truly decentralized by reason of Google, Facebook group centralized. So due to that, I put them quite high in my ratings here. I immediately saw they are quite technically inclined. They are open about it due to the various hackathons they are involved with. Community based, quite open, and they have actually different channels where people can reach out concerning support and questions, which implies communication is very transparent. Those are very big bonus points. Value increasing. So to me, this is quite a positive thing. Dare I say that? Well, yeah, I'm going to say this is actually a very good project to start investing in. Especially future-wise with Web 3.0 development in mind, because that's something which will occur. They are related more or less towards decentralized finance, though they are more akin to Ethereum on that occasion. By reason, they are more about, well, developing decentralized applications, which is what a platform of Ethereum does, and which also something Polkadot does. So it's going to be a contender between them. Yeah, no, actually forget a bit where I was going with here. So to wrap it up, I'm going to say because of Web 3.0 development and the possibility to develop decentralized application on the platform, considering its rise in price, this is actually quite a worthwhile project to invest in. And from what I could tell, by reason I didn't see it mentioned that often on my own Twitter. Might be the case, it has to do with how my settings are set up, but I have the impression it's going to be a bit underappreciated. And that it should actually be higher in value. Now, in any case, from what I could tell, its value was climbing, so there's an appreciation going on. I do hope they keep up, and that within a few months' time, well, they have grown significantly. So, to conclude, if I were to put a number on the project, I would dare say a good 8 out of 10. Um, the 2 points deduced are due to being highly technical when you visit the website, which might scare off future investors, and is probably one of the reasons, or might be one of the reasons, why it is slightly underappreciated, because people are easily scared away when things get too technical. So, this was the fourth episode of Crypto Bull. Thank you guys for watching. If you want to support my channel, I'm always going to advise to buy one of my courses or give me a like here on Twitter, Instagram, or give a comment down below. And hope to see you guys in the next one. Yeah, so have a nice day.